Every night, while others went home to rest, Eric Malone stayed behind, mop in hand, dreams in heart. He wasn't born into privilege. He didn't have connections. He didn't even finish college. But what he did have, it was a work ethic that could outshine gold. He started as a janitor, scrubbing floors, taking the night shifts no one else wanted. And 2 decades later, he walked into that same building as the CEO. This is a story of how a man went from being overlooked to unforgettable. Eric had just been laid off from a factory job. The rent was overdue. His mom's medical bills were piling up. And the only job available? Night janitor at a tech firm he'd never heard of, Brightway Solutions. He took it, not because it paid well, it didn't, but because he had no choice. And because something in him whispered, start where you are, just don't stay there. While others slept, Eric studied. Every night, after cleaning bathrooms and emptying trash bins, he walked the hallways and read whatever was left on whiteboards. Marketing strategies, financial projections, coding notes. He Googled everything he didn't understand. Little by little, night by night, he was learning. Eric saved up to buy secondhand business books. He listened to podcasts while cleaning. He wrote down ideas, business ideas, management tips, product designs, even if no one would read them, because he believed in something most people forget. Where you start doesn't define where you end. One evening, Eric noticed the office printer was jammed. The team had been complaining about it for weeks. He stayed late, took it apart, and fixed it. The next morning, the office manager found a note taped to it. Fix the jam. Clean the rollers. I should work now. Eric, night crew. That was the first time anyone asked, who's Eric? A week later, the same manager left a note for Eric. Could you look at my desktop? It'd been freezing lately. Word spread fast. Soon, Eric was fixing computers, organizing office supplies, and even suggesting workflow improvements. He was still mopping floors, but he was becoming valuable. The company offered Eric a part-time role as an office assistant. He accepted, but didn't quit the janitor job. Why? Because he didn't believe in cutting corners, only earning trust. By day, he helped with tech support and admin work. By night, he still cleaned. People started noticing his work ethic, and more importantly, his ideas. Eric wasn't just helpful, he was smart. He noticed that employees were wasting time hunting for client files. So he proposed a simple color-coded filing system and digital index. It saved the team 20-plus hours a week. The COO heard about it and invited him to a meeting. Eric showed up in his janitor uniform. The room went quiet, but the COO, he smiled and said, "Let's hear what you've got, Eric." Eric didn't just speak. He was impressed. He spoke with clarity, insight, and respect. The COO later told the VP of Ops, that janitor might be the smartest guy in this building. Weeks later, Eric was promoted to full-time operations coordinator. His salary doubled, but his mindset, still the same. Stay humble, stay hungry. From operations coordinator to operations manager to director of systems to VP of strategy, every role, he learned from scratch. He never pretended to know everything, but he always outworked everyone in the room. He earned trust, and he never forgot a single name. Not the interns, not the janitors, not the receptionist, because he'd been there. He was them. In 2012, Eric's mother passed away after a long battle with cancer. He considered leaving the company, but during her final days, she told him, "Don't stop now, baby. You're not done yet. You've still got people to lift." So he stayed and poured his grief into purpose. By 2021, Brightway Solutions had become one of the top tech firms in the region. The CEO announced retirement. The board expected to promote one of the traditional candidates, those with Ivy League degrees and decades in executive roles. But the staff, they rallied behind Eric. The man who once scrubbed toilets now had the loyalty of the entire company. After weeks of deliberation, the board voted unanimously. Eric Malone was named CEO of Brightway Solutions. When asked why, the chairman said, Because no one understands this company like Eric. He's lived it from the ground up. He's not just a leader. He's proof of what's possible. Eric walked into his office. Same building, same hallways, same elevators. Only this time, his name was on the door. Eric Malone, CEO. He didn't cry. He smiled, then asked his assistant to schedule a lunch meeting with the janitorial staff. Eric implemented policies that raised the minimum wage across all departments. He created mentorship programs for entry-level employees. He launched a scholarship fund for the children of staff. And every week, he walked the floors, saying hello by name, just like he always had. Because he didn't just rise up, he pulled others up with him. Eric Malone didn't need luck. He didn't wait for an opportunity. He created his own. He proved that greatness isn't reserved for the privileged. It's earned by those who never stop pushing. From janitor to CEO, not by accident, by effort, by heart, by vision. Where you start doesn't define where you finish. Keep showing up. Like this video, if you believe hard work still matters. Subscribe for more true, inspired, faceless stories of grit and growth. Comment below what's your dream and who told you it wasn't possible.